Hello, Cancer, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of September 21st through the 27th. And during that time, we'll have a new moon that comes in on the 22nd. And a new moon is a really good time for fresh starts, new beginnings. So, that day or even the day after, or, a few days into that energy, good time to learn a new skill, start new projects, or make new decisions, that sort of thing. We then move into the waxing crescent energy. And that is a time where your senses are heightened. You're able to kind of start to buckle down and get to work on those new things that you've just started. Planning, preparation, but also the execution of those things as you just live up to those goals that you've set for yourself. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. And this will be an intuitive general reading, Cancer. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is take time to breathe out. I've already seen that card in another reading. Which one was it? Maybe Gemini. So if you have a Gemini in your life and you're a cross watcher, you may want to check out that reading also. All right, Cancer, as I'm shuffling, I would like to say that since my readings are free to you, I've got some cards coming out, and that's a couple. We'll go ahead and take those. Since my readings are free to you, all that I ask in return is that you hit the subscribe button. It really helps my channel, and it's so easy to do, and I would appreciate that so much. So I will give you a minute to do that now as I'm shuffling. And we've got cards really wanting to come out for you here, Cancer. So without further ado, we'll get right into this reading. Also, if you've been a subscriber, thank you for coming back and helping me build a community here. I see you and I do appreciate you. So let's get right into this reading though. Cancer for September 21st through 27th. And your overall message is take time to breathe out. We had some flyers that came out, so we're going to take them in the order in which they did. Your present energy right now, Cancer, is Queen of Wands. So in a place where you're just really understanding, the things that you're passionate about. But also anytime I see royalty, it's not only that you understand, your own situation when it comes to passions, but also the people around you, like your constituency, your just the people around you. Yes. That you kind of understand where everybody's coming from and their way of passions, what fuels this person, that person, and you can kind of see the big picture and how that's all working for everybody. Your current situation is the Knight of Wands. So there may be some sort of action in the way of passion for you this week. Of course, your overall says take time to breathe out. So it looks like you might be doing a lot of breathing in if there's a lot of movement and action and things that are very close to your heart and you're very passionate about. At the root of this is the Three of Wands. So lots of wands showing up here right in the beginning. And this definitely denotes some travel or new ventures or things. So there's something going on where you're either traveling or thinking about new things that you're doing. And so there's a lot of activity about that. And I can see why. Breathe out a little bit. So there's a lot of breathing in. I'm even feeling it as I'm doing this reading here. What is just behind you? More wands here. So lots of recent changes. I've also seen this card in this position. It might have been for maybe Aries. So, it's funny when I'm doing these readings, I can kind of see how different signs are, how you guys are interacting with each other, which is fascinating to me. Anyway, you're coming out of a time where things were happening very quickly, lots of movements. So I can see where take time to breathe out, so there's a lot of breathing in and a lot of just tension around, maybe decisions being made, but, and just a lot of passion, a lot of fire, onto this situation. What is on your mind this week is the Hermit. So in the midst of all of this crazy and all of this fire and this passion that is going on around you, you're asking yourself questions. You're doing inner searching inside. And I feel like that's the breathe out part, is that you're breathing in and there's a lot going on and there's probably decisions that you need to be making, but you do need to go within, and it's hard to do that with all of this going on. So take some time to just quiet your mind. Even if it's just that few minutes before you get to go to sleep at night, maybe shut the door and get some quiet time also, um, during other times of the day. But give yourself some time to really just kind of do inner searching and really thinking about the big picture, of the things that are going on around you right now, because it just seems very chaotic. What is just ahead of you this week? Wow, okay, more wands with the King of Wands. I mean, are we just going to have every wand come out here? This is crazy. Um, but it is causing you really need to do some inner searching about this passion. And it looks like there's just changes and things. The king is more about, the knowledge, but again, it's much like the queen. It's not only the knowledge that you possess, but also that you're able to see the people around you and the knowledge that they possess as well. I always feel like big decisions are being made about a new venture, and it's something that there's just a lot of excitement about and a lot of passion about, but you want to make sure that you're making those decisions, from a place of wisdom. So don't forget to go consult that inner hermit, in the midst of all the excitement. In your advice position is the Two of Cups. So make sure, this to me speaks of coming together in partnership with someone you trust. um, Interesting. And this could be this could be coming together just to kind of discuss these things again. You're seeking this inner wisdom, and this might be you just looking for that touchstone, that friend, that person that will tell you the truth. And you might be seeking that person out this week, to have an exchange and say, hey, let me check in with you because this crazy, chaotic fun. I mean, I'm not even seeing this as negative. It's very positive, passionate energy. But you almost want a touchstone to be like, hey, this is going on. It's a lot. What do you think about it? Getting this other person's opinion besides your own there. What is beyond your control this week is the Six of Pentacles. So this is our card, and I always ask the person that I'm reading for, what do you see happening in this card? And I will ask that of you right now, Cancer. So take a look at this card and just think about what is happening in this card. Now, a lot of people will say this person is giving in this card. A lot of people will say these people are receiving. And to me, it kind of tells me where you are in your mindset right now. Are you in the giving? Are you in a giving time, or are you in a receiving time? And both are fine. We all kind of go in and out of all of that, right? Whether it comes to, material or emotional, so it's beyond your control to be in some sort of exchange that way, whether it's giving, whether it's receiving. And like I said, if you're seeking out like the help or the sounding board of a friend, they could be the one giving. They're giving you advice or giving you, the words of encouragement that you need. So go ahead and make sure that you're okay being in that receiving mode. But it is beyond your control to kind of be in that sort of exchange this week, whichever position you may be in when it comes to that. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid, is the Two of Pentacles. So, and you'll need to answer this question as well. Are you trying to avoid juggling and keeping everything in the air, or is it your secret desire to feel like you can manage? I can do this and I can keep all of these things going. And this might be your decision point. Maybe it is your secret desire, but is it the most wise thing? I'm also seeing these two twos on the table, so you may want to look up angel number 22, see if that means anything for you this week. But you do need to answer this question for yourself also. Is it your secret desire to be able to juggle all of this and all of these passion things coming in, or are you trying to avoid that? So answer that question for yourself. That'll be your really big question this week. In your outcome position is the Knight of Pentacles. So some sort of action in the financial or physical, like the material realm when it comes to this. So, what's interesting, I feel like, and this is also the second reading this week where I've seen no sword. So there's no communication or thought. It's almost like there's so much passion going into this that you're not thinking really. You're going in and doing a little thought with this kind of inner searching with the hermit. but there's no swords in this reading whatsoever. And again, that's the second time I've seen this. So I feel like there's a lot of emotion and things going on in the whole collective this week, where people really aren't thinking. We're feeling very passionate, very fiery about things, and we're emotional about things, but we're not really communicating those things very well. So for you, the outcome is that there is some sort of new action when it comes to, again, financial world, material world, whatever this is that you're very passionate about. It does have something to do with something tangible, something that you can touch. What is hidden from you this week? King of Swords. So, like I was saying, that there's no swords in this reading. And here's the King of Swords, which is hidden. This is hidden from you this week. So, you've got this King of Wands here when the Queen with the passions, but what's hidden from you is kind of logic. Everything's kind of on feeling and on emotion and on fire and passion. So just keep that in mind, that logic is escaping not only you but other signs as well this week. It's not just you. But seems like there's a lot going on and not a lot of logic and communication involved with it. So keep that in mind, as you're going through this passionate week, and also make sure you are going within, but seek out a friend to talk to and seek counsel of, because they may be able to help you there. So, okay, let's see what's going on. Get a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. A final message for Cancer as they go through also a very passionate week, much like others. Begin to explore. So, this could be a changing time for you this week, that you are exploring something that you weren't before. And again, it could be some passion. And passion, the realm of passion can be anything from relationship to, to some passion project or something that you just love. I mean, think of all the things that you're passionate about. That's the gamut of which the subject matter could be, and it'll be different for different cancers, right? Some of you it'll be about relationship. For some of you it'll be about some project or something that you're just really involved with. Maybe you're a musician and you're very passionate about something, and something's coming in for you and you're seeking out counsel of a friend, and can you handle this, can you juggle this, but it looks like it isn't kind of a new material thing for you. So tarot is a template, so apply that where you need to in your own life and what's going on right now. So what do you need to do in the way of self-care, Cancer? Self-care for Cancer this week, and your card is decision. Interesting. Sometimes the best decision is no decision at all. And of course, with these swords missing again, I feel like it is a lack of logic, a lack of communication. It's like a lack of air energy. And it's like all the air has been sucked out of the room. And of course, your overall card was take time to breathe out. And I feel like it's because all the air is just sucked in. But you have to let go at some point. Like it's almost like that, that feeling of excitement or tension when you breathe in and you don't breathe out. So make sure you are breathing out. Whatever this is, it seems intense. You're not the only one going through it this week. And maybe we're not making decisions, and that's okay. That might be why, we're not really communicating as much with each other, and for some signs with each other. Maybe some signs as these readings continue to come out, we'll have more air energy. We'll see. But again, I'm seeing a lack of swords in all the readings. It's very interesting. Tarot is fascinating. I love it. Anyway, Cancer, thank you so much for joining me again. If you like my reading style, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps me as a new YouTuber, and I really appreciate that so much. Also, if there was something that you feel like sharing in the comments, please, if you're comfortable doing that, please ask me a question if you want, or let me know what's going on, that you're thinking about, what passionate thing has come up for you that you're at a decision point on. Let me know also about this 22. Was that relevant for you in this reading this week? Also, if you like and subscribe, you'll be able to find me next week, which is really the most important thing, because you can come back and we'll see if this energy continues or if there's something completely new here for you next week. So, Cancer, once again, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.